These point shoes come with a bag and silicone toe pads and point shoes with ribbons already sewn on. They came in a plastic box, and the ribbons, like I mentioned, are already sewn in, and the stitching is really secure, so it wouldn't be easy to move the ribbon. As you can see, they're securely stitched, but you could move them if you wanted to. You just have to use a seam ripper to get them out. And those are the silicone toe pads. They're not thick, they're rather thin. And then I'm just using a pair of nylon foot socks of my own. Those didn't come with the set. And I tried the silicone toe pads that came with the set, but they were a little too thin for me, so I ended up using my own. And these point shoes have the string around, so you can tighten them up. So that helped a lot because these were a bit too wide for my foot. But the length was pretty good. They were just a little bit too wide. But I'm not a professional dancer. I only do pointe as a hobby, and I haven't even had time to work on it for the last few years. So this is just something I do for fun. So I'm sure a professional dancer's opinion would be different than mine, but just for a hobby pointe, these work fine. And it didn't come with any elastic to sew on elastics, but I do have some of my own if I want to add it. And those are my toe pads that I use, a wool pad and a padded one, because since I don't do pointe often, I need extra padding because my toes don't get to stay toughened up. And these pointe shoes have a wide toe box, so they're easy to balance on and easy to go up on pointe. I would say more of definitely a beginner shoe, which is good because I am just a beginner. I ordinarily wear capezios. I try to get them on clearance or on sale. I've never paid full price for them because I can't justify it since I'm not a professional dancer, so I always get them on clearance. And then I tried block as well when I got those on clearance, but capezio fits my foot better. And later in the video I show my capezio shoes for a comparison in case that might be helpful. I don't know how long these will last, but pointe shoes don't last long anyway, so that's just normal for those of us who buy pointe shoes. They just don't last that long. These are definitely more cheap. They seem more cheaply made than the capezio. The insoles and the layers inside seem like a cheaper material, but at the same time the sewing seems good, and on the outside they look good, and the outside sole is sewn on securely. So overall they're pretty good and very easy to balance on. I'm not using any assistance to balance. My arms are free, and because of the wide toe box, it's really easy to balance on pointe. Ordinarily it's kind of hard to stand still on pointe, but with these I can just stand there, and again, I'm not using any assistance to balance. And they didn't require really any break-in for me. They were already rather soft and flexible. And there I'm showing the layers, what I was talking about where that part seems kind of cheaply made, but it feels fine on the foot. Just like maybe not the as high a quality materials as Capezio or block. But of course these are a lot cheaper, so that's to be expected. And then here I'm just showing my Capezio next to these ones, and just to show the difference, you can see how much wider the toe box is on these ones in comparison to the Capezio. And there's another view to show the width difference. And then this is another pair of Capezio I have that I'm comparing. Capezio, the Contempora model. I can't remember the model name of the first Capezio pair I showed you, because I bought those quite a while ago and they were on clearance, so I don't remember what they were. And then here I'm just showing one foot. That one there has the Capezio, and there you can see I have the elastics and the ribbon, and then on these ones from Amazon there's the ribbon that was already sewn on. And I put my ribbons and elastics in a different place than what the other ones came with. So I was just showing that for a comparison. But you could add elastics and adjust the ribbon. But for me, again, since I'm just a hobby dancer, it's not that big of a deal. And you can see that the heel is loose, so that I would need to adjust a bit. But I deal with that in most pointe shoes where the heel's kind of loose. But I've never had a professional fitting because I'm not a professional dancer, so it's just not worth it to me to go to all the extra to try and get the perfect pointe shoe. But it is interesting to compare the differences between the Capezio and this one. I have no idea how to pronounce the name of this one. You saw the name on the bag in the beginning of the video, and I have no idea how that's pronounced. It has too many consonants, I think, to pronounce properly. And then there's just last comparison of the Capezio and this one. Just showing that difference of in the toe box and the wider toe in this one, the Amazon one. And they fit nicely in the bag. A nice drawstring bag. So overall, they're good.